one day at school, I was at the cafeteria and there was this table tent, and I saw this like summer program was gonna have, info session that night. So I was like, all right, I'll check that out. And it, they talked about this like wonderful environment. It was an education camp for kids. So kids could take classes during the day, and they'd also do activities, and it was a bunch of college students who were leading the whole thing and teaching the courses. And I was like, wow, that sounds awesome. Like, I think I want to be a math teacher. This would be a great experience to try that out and see how it goes. And they were like, interviews tomorrow, and I was like, okay. So I signed up for an interview, and it went off well, and they offered me the job to teach 2 math courses to 4th and 5th grade students, and then also be like a day advisor. So I started putting together lesson plans and figuring that out. One of them I thought was really cool because the title of the class was called It's Elementary, My Dear Watson. So I was like, oh, this is great, I can play off the Sherlock Holmes thing. And then the first day of class, 4th and 5th graders, they were going into 4th and 5th grade, so they just finished 3rd and 4th grade. And I was like, do you guys know who said that? Every hand in the class shut up. They were like, Sherlock Holmes. And I was like, do you know what my last name is? And they all raised their hand. They were like, Holmes. And I was like, do you know what that means? Sherlock Holmes is my great-great-grandfather. And this one girl shot her hand up. She's like, that's not possible. He's a fictional character. I was like, oh, man. But it was a really neat experience and definitely challenging. Because I had never really taught in a classroom before. And then the other neat thing is that I was a day advisor, so I had a group of kids who just came to the program during the day and then would go back home. But it was interesting because that camp was half a day program and half residential, and there was, I don't want to say there was but there was like a divide, between the kids who would go home and the kids who would stay there because they were all separated into different groups. And so I really made it an effort to make sure that my kids in my day group, felt really special and like they belonged there and wanted to be there. And we were day group C, we were the caterpillars. And it was funny because a lot of the things that I would do with them, like I always made an effort to debrief with them every day, which is funny because that's something that we do at City Year, even before City Year. And we always did like warm-ups and energizers and stuff during the day to keep them excited and energized while they were there. So the next year, I became a day director, so I ended up supervising a group of day advisors. And then from there I spent 2 years as a day director, and then I spent 2 years as the assistant dean of the day program. And which was really cool because what I helped emphasize was a lot to do with the team around me, but what we really tried to do was, build community within that day program and help them feel, like I said, just as much ownership over the camp experience as the rest of the residential kids did. So we just did like insane things. Like we had day pride parades, we had day pride days. So yeah, like all the groups would dress up in a specific color, or we did a lot with like putting the word day into other words. So we had like a natural disaster day. So we had tornadoes and hurricanes and day quakes and daynamis, and so like kids dressed up in different things, and it was really fun. As the assistant dean, we like created the day team, and so we used like Delta as our symbol. So I got to run an assembly at the end of the day, and we'd be like, D's up, and all the kids would like put their deltas in the air, and then I would we'd literally get them to say, we'd be like, what do we stand for? And they would say, I don't know if you can get this on camera, but they would be like, honor, justice, levitation, and Explo. It was awesome. So it was just like, I don't know, helping them feel, it was like all about just like creating energy and helping them feel like they were part of something bigger, and then that helped them feel more confident about it, and just snowballed the entire thing. Actually, to get their attention, we would be like, I would go, day team, and they would go, assemble! So it actually got to a point that first year that we kind of like overpowered the residential program, so it was like working opposite. So then the next year we tried to do the best we could to like integrate the both of them so that everybody, you know, felt a part of this one big Explo community rather than, you know, the divide between the two. So